The government's intention to impose greater control over aspects of the media, including the Media Council of PNG, is being reached with mixed emotions. The draft policy demonstrates re-establishing the council through the enactment of legislation. The policy envisages the council as a regulatory agency with licensing authority over journalists. Speaking at a conference earlier this week, member for Sinasina Yongumugl, Kerenga, who is also the Minister for Petroleum and Energy, said legislation and regulation is important.
There's a few areas that are not properly legislated. You manage a country through regulations, because by setting up regulations you identify the goalposts, you identify the boundaries within which people should operate, and outside of which is a no-go zone, etc. So we need that for clarity. It's to protect the media industry. It's to protect all the operators, all the stakeholders of the media industry.
While the Department of Information, Communication and Technology have maintained that the policy will promote media diversity, responsible journalism and access to information to support a more informed, engaged and empowered citizenry in PNG, Minister Kua also stressed that media freedom must not be suppressed.
But one thing is for sure, such a regulation can never prohibit the freedom of the media. But it can be regulated. So when you're talking about rights that are given by the Constitution, the point that I must make is there's two classes of rights, two categories of rights. One is fundamental, which you cannot touch, and there's only 4+ or 5+ such rights like that. The rest of the human rights are referred to as qualified rights, qualified.
Minister Kua highlighted that the challenge now is restrictions, that the policy does not go to the point the media is restricted from carrying out its roles and responsibilities.
The thing to ensure is that regulation does not go too far to the point of restriction and prohibition. That's the challenge. So that's where, when you read it, you have to, if a draft bill is given out, that's where you keep your focus on. Is it having the effect of restricting and prohibiting, or it's a regulatory stuff? It's regulating how you can do your thing there. So that's the filter you use to look at.
Meanwhile, the president of the PNG Media Council, Neville Choi, has expressed concern about the government's plan. He states, and I quote, "Undermining media freedom diminishes the role of the media as the mouthpiece of the people, holding those in power to account. We need newsrooms with access to trainings on media ethics and legal protections from harassment." End quote. Rocky Iso, National EMTV News.